Hello everyone, this is Dow here with another video of course, and this is my summer backlog video 2012, and this is basically me taking part in the summer backlog that StephsTooDef is doing and a bunch of other people are taking part in now. And basically you pick a bunch of games, a number of games from your backlog, which was pretty easy anyway, since a lot of us gamers tend to have big ass backlogs. I just to pick some of them and just try to finish them during the summer, or as much as you can anyway. And so and of course I'm doing this as well, and Steph's doing it, and she'll have a video soon. And like a bunch of other people are doing it, like Rusty's doing it, I believe Charlie Jurassic's doing it, Broland, he's not part of it, but he's Relic Rascals is doing it, and Pete's Game Room 4. So I've decided I've picked 10 games. So I have on 10 different formats. I just decided to mix things up though. It's rather just having just like 3 games in this platform and like 4 games in this one. Just decided to pick a game from each different format now, one of 10 different formats, which cover several generations. So they do the 16-bit era, the 32/64-bit, and the current gen as well. So, but anyway, let's get going here. First is the oldest game in the backlog, because it is for the Super Nintendo, and it's a game I very much love, despite the fact I've actually never finished. I've gotten quite fond of it though, but I just never actually finished it though, and it's a cool little wee platformer though, and with great music, and that is Clock, for the Super Nintendo. Just a little wee cool little platformer, action platform. You play this little wee guy called Plock who shoots his limbs, arms and legs, and so it's basically before Rayman. So if you think Rayman was the start of that sort of thing, you're wrong, because it was Plock. And maybe something beforehand perhaps, I don't know, but as far as I know, Plock is the earliest one that sort of did that. Anyway, but it's a cool game nonetheless. Next game is for the Xbox, and it's the last game that's been released for this series. So and I think this was released back in, I forget actually what year. I think it might be 2003, I believe. So it was. This was released, I believe it was 2003, and there's some sort of like spiritual successor for it coming out in Connect called Crimson Dragon, which is something like it though. But in terms of like actual games in the series, this is the last one, and it is Panzer Dragoon Orta, which is like classic on-rails shooting action, so it is. I actually I've gotten played some of it. I got to like the 4th level in this game before and just got stuck. But I want to try to finish it though, because I really like the game though, and I know the first one's actually unlockable in this game as well, which would be pretty cool to try out though, because I do remember just playing, like I played a demo I think of it, or the second one, Sway, on the Sega Saturn back in the day, and of course I want Panzer Dragoon Saga for the longest time, but the thing is, it's so effing expensive on eBay and elsewhere. I don't really see any copies of going for anything less like £100 odd now. Some of them are going bad now for 200. So unless I reckon a lot of money in the near future, I'm not going to get it anytime soon. Next is the first into place in a sort of cult classic series, pretty much cult series, and it takes place in Japan. So it is, and you play a guy in this, well, let's say Japanese mafia, or like part of the whole Yakuza band, and it's of course Yakuza on the PlayStation. And this is a game that I don't know why, like I say, I want to get into this, I want to get into the series, like, because the thing is, I have the series, all the series, like the ones that were released here, except for the latest one, Dead Souls, which is basically a spin-off with zombies. And the thing is, I've said this before elsewhere, is that it has similarities to Shenmue, and I absolutely love Shenmue. and I haven't really got into the series as much. Like this is the first, I've played like a good chunk of this though back in the day, but I just haven't finished it, and I really want to because it's a good game. It has this good game. It has like a lot of side quests, not as much as Xenoblade now, where it drains you in them, but it has plenty of its side quest stuff, and it has like cool action as well. A lot of people like the main character in it, Kazuma, because he's a fucking badass. And next game is for the GameCube, and that is Star Fox Assault, which has pretty much been the last in the series in terms of whole consoles now, because there was Star Fox Command that came out on the DS after this, so it was, and I just really hope there is another one though, because I just really wish that Nintendo would do another one. Maybe there might be one on the Wii U perhaps though, because there hasn't been one on the Wii, which is a shame. It's pretty much one of the one of the few Nintendo franchises that they actually haven't done on the Wii. Like this is the last one, so they have. So it's just a shame. But like I said, I played a bit of this, like when I got it pretty much, which was like a few years back, and I quite enjoy it. And I know a lot of people are not fussing this game, but I enjoyed it though. It's basically a mixture of the classic Star Fox, Star Wing action, like on realistic shooting on your R-Wing, and of course there's like third person action shooter stuff as well. Next game is for the 360, and it is Mirror's Edge. Again, I probably tried going back to a few, maybe once or twice, and just stopped playing it again then, because it's a pretty hard game in a way though, because like there's just certain parts in it though that kind of frustrate you though, because you just miss this jump or something for the umpteenth time, and you just tend to get quite annoyed then afterwards, and probably may shut off the game in frustration. You pretty much rage quit. But I know it's a lot, and I know a lot of people really like this game as well. It's like one of those sort of cult classic games as well, and there's a lot of people out there just basically begging for a sequel at this point now. Maybe there might be one in E3, because I don't think DICE is doing anything else now at the moment though. Like maybe like Battlefield 3 DLC stuff, but that's pretty much it though. I don't think they're working on anything else bar that. So maybe this might be the year that there'll be a sequel for this game, which would be pretty neat. 3D Dot Game Heroes on the PlayStation 3. This is from Software, who done Demon Souls and one of my favourite games of last year, Dark Souls. And I got this like a while back, and I just basically played the first dungeon and then just stopped all of a sudden though. But I know a lot of people really love this game, and it's basically a homage pretty much to the original Legend of Zelda, because it just pretty much takes the gameplay from that to a T. But it's just a really charming looking game though, just the way like the whole world's entirely made up these dots, blocks pretty much, and just looks gorgeous, so it does. New Super Mario Brothers Wii. I've tried this before. I think I might have tried this before. I think I might have done another summer backlog video here, and I think I might have had this on though, and basically didn't get anywhere. As you can see, it's on here again. I'm on World 2. That was the first I got, so pretty much still have a good ways to go though. I know a lot of people like this game as well, so they do. And there's like a new Super Mario Brothers coming on the 3DS in the summer, August, and there's probably going to be one on Wii U as well, because there was that demo last year that showed you with your Mii's, which will probably be announced if it hasn't been already announced. But if not, it'll probably be announced at E3, I guess. But it's a good game, classic Mario platform action. Next is the DS, and it's this follow up to one of my favourite games of all time, and that is Okamiden. This one's still sealed, but I actually have played it though already. Look, I rented it out from Love Film before, and then I bought it from Mike on Aerodynamics. So I think I might have done it. I think I did a video of it, so I did. So check it out. But as I said, love Okami, and basically this is pretty much a miniature version of it though. Like, it's not gonna look as pretty as that game though, because it's on the DS, but like this, it still looks really lovely on the DS. Just love the art style in this game though. And like I said, in my top 10 video of 2011. Basically any game that sort of has a lovely art style I'll try out, and there's games like that, and this is one of them. But it's like basically it was kind of like Zelda in a way. Like, bad people compared it to Zelda, the economy for the PlayStation 2 and Wii. It's pretty has those similarities, but I think it's different enough to have like a life of its own pretty much. Second last game now for the N64, and it's from Rare, and it's not any of the ones you're probably thinking of. It is Force Gemini. And basically, during the N64 days, Rare couldn't do no wrong in my opinion though, because it just had basically great game after great game. The like GoldenEye, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo 2, Donkey Kong 64, this here, Force Gemini, and Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is my favourite game on the N64. So, I played like a bit of this back when I got it, and I quite liked it though. So I want to try and play through it though. And like, I heard great things. A lot of people really do like this game. It's one of those maybe overlooked N64 games. When people like make up their like lists of best N64 games, but I know a lot of people really like it though, and I probably will like it as well, because I said during the SNES and N64 days, Rare to me couldn't do no wrong. And unfortunately, they're not the same company as they once were, because nowadays they're sort of reduced to like, Connect Sports and things like that now, which is, it's a shame, but that's life. And finally, for the PlayStation, it is a third in the series of like sort of action platformer pretty much, and it's the last one from the original developers, Insomniac, who went on to do, of course, Ratchet and Clank and Resistance, and that is Spyro Year of the Dragon. I have the first two as well, but I finished them, so I finished them fully, 100%, got all the jewels, gems pretty much, and pretty much finished them 100%. So, and this is one I tried this before. Like, I got this. So, and the thing is, it was hard though, because there was like, I went through the first world or so, and some of the levels I didn't get everything though, and even though I looked like pretty much everywhere, I couldn't find like the last remaining gems or whatnot now. But I do love the Spyro games on the PlayStation. I love 1 and 2, and I think a lot of people consider this one to be the best now. But I think I might be partial to the first one, so I am at the moment. But you never know. After playing through this, I probably might change my mind. As I said, I played through some of this already, like years ago, but I wanted to try it out again. So that's pretty much it. That's my games. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, a lot of people doing videos as well. They'll be doing videos, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what other people's doing for our backlog. I know Rusty has already put one out, and Steph will probably have one out shortly as well, in June or so. Because it officially starts on June the 1st, and then goes on throughout the summer though. So like you 3-4 months pretty much now. So you have I should have plenty of time to finish these games, because like there's no RPGs in there. So but there's a few like longish games, but unless I get really stuck in one. But if I do get stuck in one, I could just go on to the next one and go back to it though later on though. But I'm looking forward to playing them anyway, and if I finish these 10 games, I would feel very relieved, and I'll just be like, that's awesome. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. So take care and bye.